I just want to say that I, for a very long time, faked orgasms.
Wild Til 9! Are you ready?
Yep, let's go home. Fuck it, we're live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. Send it. I forget this is not my podcast. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I'd like you to start our podcast, actually. That seems, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Lauren Rihamaki, and today we have Kelsey Darragh with us and Lauren's boyfriend.
Hi.
I mean, you got that part right.
Yeah, that part, nailed.
Sorry, how do you open it?
Well, first off, we say hi to the folks in Latvia.
Oh, shalom.
Did you look at that?
Yes.
Just for the audio people who missed that, Kelsey just looked at the camera that's
Right,
facing
you.
the exact opposite direction, like the body of the camera.
I forgot where I was for a second. Guys, it's been so long since I've seen people in person.
Have you ever used a camera before? Or?
Use it in a sentence. What's the name of a country of origin?
You send dick pics with a...
Pigeon carrier. Could you imagine?
I guess you send them, you really take them. And also you take them on an iPhone.
Oh, I thought we were
Or
still
an
on the
Android.
pigeon. I thought we were still on the pigeon.
Ew,
On a
if a
pigeon?
guy sent me a dick pic on an Android, I'd not only
Block.
block, but
Block
I'd
and
block.
delete.
But to
Yeah.
be fair, there'd probably be less resolution. So
That's true. Yeah. I feel like an Android picture comes in like
can you
about
imagine a portrait mode?
half a
dick pic?
megapixel.
No,
no, I think
thanks.
I hate that.
I
Like
think
the balls would be bokeh'd.
I feel like I need to know now what a portrait dick pic looks
Jared,
like.
you're up.
Let me text him.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me see if I can get one
I think the
before this.
iPhone like looks for a face to.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You can focus on anything. It's not just a face.
Jared, you're up.
I think Jared has like a man in the moon, but in his dick head, so this might be fine.
Right.
Can you please send me a portrait dick pic? Doc pic? That's how
old
often I
doc pic.
am
The old
not saying the
doc
word
pic.
dick pic. I need to know what it looks like. Because here's the thing about dicks like that. You're going to figure out what it looks like that close eventually. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice a freckle you never knew wasn't there?
Oh my God. There's nothing that makes a man more uncomfortable than like analyzing a mostly soft penis.
And when it's just hanging out, right?
Yes.
When you're just hanging out.
When it's just hanging.
Yeah. And you just want to play around with it. Like, what is this?
I have a story that's probably too personal, so we can cut this if
Use
it's too
it.
personal.
Say it's like, pretend it's not Jeremy.
So this is definitely not Germany,
Yeah.
and metaphorically speaking, it could just be any male.
Yeah.
But in the bathtub, I just think it's so funny when it just kind of bobs
Oh,
around.
yeah, like a little buoy.
You're like a little buoy.
Or a
make it-
big
okay.
buoy in Jeremy's
big buoy.
case.
Big boy.
It's a big buoy.
Yeah,
It's so big.
yeah, make sure. I don't think that's a personal story. I feel like every person with a penis that's been in a bathtub notices that it floats.
Yeah, but they're not always with a
Like,
partner.
What if
that's,
that was an indicator for something that was wrong? Like if your penis didn't float.
it's sank?
Oh,
Can you imagine
that'd
like,
be
you
so
both got
stressful.
you like got in the bath one day and like one day it didn't like float. You'd be like,
It's like,
Oh, so it's like a changing thing. It's not
Right,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
born with it or not.
and mind you, what happens now if this podcast comes out and everyone that listens goes, penises don't float in baths, and I'm the weird one.
When you're the weird one, when it
I
doesn't
can
float.
confirm. I've seen your dick. I've seen a dick in a bathtub.
J14 is gonna run with that one.
Many
Floating.
times. Yeah.
Floating.
Hey
Dicks
guys,
should
welcome
float.
back to Wild Til 9. I'd call it non-conventional, but I think it's gonna hopefully be our new standard where we
What?
have Kelsey on like at least once a month, maybe
Oh my
twice a
God,
month.
yeah. Just
I just like I love you guys.
we love you.
Lauren, I would really appreciate, and I think everybody else at home would as well.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate if you could describe your friendship with Kelsey using whatever language you think is most appropriate.
Okay, so I only speak like 1.2 languages.
Oh.
Like if it's more like a like code names kind of thing, a liter like
Oh, no,
how
no.
would you?
I would say like the most accurate is that we are consistently talking on at least 3 platforms.
At the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah, right.
About pretty much the same thing.
Right.
If you were to if you were to describe Kelsey in like one sentence to someone who had never met her,
Oh,
Right.
that's fun.
how would you go about that?
I would say bisexual, hot bitch, artist, producer, author,
Excuse me?
podcast host,
This is a bit of a run-on, but
content creator.
I'm enjoying
Okay.
this.
There's a few commas in there. That was a normal list.
Can I do Lauren now? Thank you,
no,
first
that's
of all.
okay. Let's move on.
I
would you
want
describe Lauren?
to do you
I don't
and
want you-
Lauren.
I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, serve it up, serve it up.
Okay. Lauren is the hardest working, most fun, intelligent, and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cry. Most fucked up person that I know this month.
High functioning, fucked up.
High functioning,
Yeah.
successful,
Yep.
caring,
HFFU.
beautiful,
High functioning, fucked up.
but seriously,
Fucked.
Damaged.
but too
Yeah.
hard on herself.
Well,
Too
aren't we
hard on
all?
herself.
You know what? The last few days in my little anxiety rating journal have been pretty good.
Yay! Good for you.
High functioning, fucked up. That is I. Put it on a name tag.
Yep.
Tattoo that shit on my forehead.
You should just start a Twitter account that is nothing but your rating at night. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
6.2.
And people who
7.
find it will just have to eventually understand what it is.
Yeah, no information, no context.
No
it's just
context.
like, like anxiety rating of the day. And it's just like, it gives you that and people can then respond to it.
That's really
Ooh,
fun.
You know what? Maybe a Discord thing.
Oh.
I don't know how to use Discord.
Jeremy, you diverting the subject is not going to get you
Yeah.
away from me
Yeah.
now
Here
doing
you
you
go.
in a sentence.
Go ahead.
Who's your editor?
Hannah.
Don't edit this out, Hannah. Jeremy is, don't look at me. When Patagonia was looking for their next greatest face
Okay.
I always go LL Bean.
mixed with J. Crew, mixed with Coca-Cola frat. The Coca-Cola frat. You know the Coca-Cola frat.
Okay.
Love them.
Uh-huh.
Who used his powers for good mostly of the time. Sometimes in parentheses.
I feel like it was going one place and then it came down again.
It was a roller coaster ride, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
I'm not sure where we ended up, to be honest.
You know what though? I feel like you are good at using your skills that could be used for bad
Yes.
for good
Yes.
for the people that you love and care about.
That's what I fucking said.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
I meant.
I think you guys both did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's no winner or loser here. You did
Right.
great.
Right.
I accept both.
Okay.
Lawrence was a little more concise, but
We got there.
Yeah, that's why we're such good friends. Is like we work together to find a favorable outcome for everybody.
Okay.
And we like to have fun along the way.
And like, Kelsey, if you were gonna describe yourself to people, no. So,
Okay.
so you're speaking to
Now I've
350,000.
learned- Yes. Oh, congrats.
Of the most intelligent. Obviously, they have an eye for talent.
Clearly.
They're driven.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
interesting. 99.99997% women.
Hell fucking yeah. Pussy power.
Between the ages of like 21 and 35.
My people.
But we love the older ones. We do.
Yeah.
I love an older listener.
Me too.
Same.
Like the ones who are like, oh yeah, I'm just, grading second grade papers now that I'm turning 52.
Okay, but also like grading second grade papers is people our age now. Like in my brain,
Yes.
a second grade teacher is 35, but like we are so close to that age and it stresses me out that our peers are teachers.
Could you imagine a teacher that looked like Lauren walking into grade?
They'd be like, ma'am, the backpack cubby, you can hang your backpack. Your cubby C.
Every boy would hit on you so much.
Yeah, it would be a sexual awakening every 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Me included. I'd be like, I just licked the
I
microphone.
know. I saw the tongue contact on the fuzzy of the mic.
This is not my microphone fuzzy.
Thank God we're vaccinated. Thank God we're vaccinated.
We're fully vaxxed.
Oh, actually, I think we should move your mic down a little bit because we can't see your mouth.
I hate my mouth. I don't want people to see it.
Yeah.
I'm
but,
just kidding. Is that better? I can sit up.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's good.
No, I just
Where's
became
that?
tall.
Where's that been the whole time?
I got comfy. I got cozier. Listen, I love this house. I love this relationship. I think you guys balance me and my partner out very well. Yin to the yang. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Is culture appropriating something? Maybe.
Yin to yang?
Yin to yang.
The balance.
Yeah, the balance.
We're not allowed to say that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't
We
know.
should Google it.
We'll
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll Google it.
Or we'll just let the internet decide.
Learning teachable moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
TBD.
comment below.
We haven't been canceled yet.
Congrats.
Give us time.
Yeah.
I often think, what's the thing that we say today that's completely acceptable that in 20 years is going to be the, oh my God, I can't believe they said this.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like calling someone she or he. Like eventually, I think
Oh,
we'll
you
come
think
up with a
pronouns?
new word that just is.
Well, like at least that one, everybody is participated in at some point in time. So
Yeah.
like we strengthen numbers there.
oh, do you know? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go. You go.
No, you go, girl.
You go.
Okay, fine. I was gonna say. I was like, I don't know. Do you know what is crazy? And it's only because I'm reading this really incredible book right now called Quit Like a Woman. It's the book that Chrissy Teigen tweeted about when
Love
she
it.
got sober and it like blew up on the charts. Is I think it's going to be absurd, hopefully sooner than later, that the drinking culture is so normal that like it's weird if you don't drink. Rather than like being a person who puts poison in their body. And it's like at 21, you're expected to be.
Oh, so you think it'll be weird people that do drink?
I think it'll just balance out a little more.
Yeah. I think people are going to be like, what? You put fucking ethanol poison into your body?
Well, okay, wait. Actually, you know what's a great example of this though is cigarettes. Like that used to be so normal. Like my mom, who is the definition of health, ripped 8-pack of a little runner lady. Like she used to smoke cigarettes because that's just like normal and what you do.
blows my mind.
I don't believe that.
That you
That's
smoke
crazy.
cigarettes?
Yeah, that's a lie.
Imagine Gail with a
Fallacy.
cigarette in
Yeah,
her
no.
hands.
Wait, her name's Gail?
Yeah.
I've only known her as Mom
Mom
DIY.
DIY.
I mean, like, not that I want to encourage it, but I do. I wish that I could see that just to like get a visual of it. Because
Yeah.
can you imagine like, her getting back from a run and just
puffing on a cig.
Yeah.
But it's because that's what they
Yeah,
saw.
yeah, 100%.
Their
Right.
parents at dinner to relax. And like, that's what we saw with our parents, to have a glass of wine.
Or a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if drinking's going out of style anytime soon.
Come on, kids.
Like Anheuser-Busch does a lot of good marketing.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like
that's
one
Those
company.
fucking Clydesdales, yeah.
I will say that I
do
took
love a horse.
I took a break from drinking for like the last couple months.
Yeah,
and
you
there was
have.
definitely like a moment of stress where I was like, "Oh my god, I have to like start drinking again to go back into the world." I mean, I'm never someone that's always been like, "Let's get fucked up."
Oh, I have.
One more time?
Let's get fucked
Even
up.
saying it,
Well,
it sounds
Kelsey, you're
weird.
from Florida, though.
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay, fine.
It's different.
No, but you're worried about going back into like normalcy and not being a drinker?
Well, yeah, because I'm like, oh my god, one, my tolerance is like gone, just absolutely gone now, and which is kind of great. You know, I'm a cheap date.
Yeah.
But also too, like,
Lucky.
I know I'm a cheap date. I'm a cheap date. And what do you mean?
Economical at its finest.
I'm economical.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'll fight you.
I want to be here for that.
Honestly, us fighting each other is my arms are about 50% the length. So you know in the cartoons when like you see someone
yeah.
holding the head and then the little arms are just going? That's me.
Yeah.
No, it's you walking up behind me and hitting me in the butthole.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love a butthole punch. I butthole punch Jared all the motherfucking
I don't know what it is
time.
about it, but just you every relationship you butthole punch.
I'm telling you right now what it is. It's the most vulnerable you'll ever get a man to be. It's from behind. It's unexpected.
Yeah,
It hits him right where he's not expecting
You're
it.
so right.
But you're also like, ooh, did I just get a bone or am I scared or both?
Well, you guys, I don't know if you can relate to this or not. In junior high and high, well, you remember this. You know how just guys used to like walk up and like hit each other in the dick?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
awful.
Like
So strange.
Happened in Florida, happened in Illinois, happened in Canada, everywhere, right? So to a degree, you almost like kind of tense up around certain people. I find myself tensing up in the comfort of my own home because I know that Lauren's behind me.
Me too. But I also just have to say, when you said it happens everywhere, I just giggled like really, really hard inside, imagining like little Eskimo children like just nut tapping each other.
Like, why do we do that? I can't. If another grown man walked up to me and did that today,
Toxic
I don't know
masculinity.
if I'd ever talk to them again.
It's because
Yeah.
they want to make another guy look vulnerable in front of another guy.
Oh, you make him look weak. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or in front of another girl.
Yeah.
Oh
Both.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's so funny. I've never even thought about like the psychology behind that. It makes a lot
That's
of sense.
all I think about.
I mean, like every time you like dive into men and just you think about it for even like
I
2
don't know,
minutes.
like
just
why? Why do you do that? Why is it
primal.
like
Yeah,
that?
because everything for you guys is like, I mean, this kind of ties into the conversation about bisexuality that we had mentioned talking about, but like the idea that like you're so fucking primed
Yeah.
for so many years. Like you're more primed in a like heterosexual world than not. That
I mean,
it's like,
turn on the TV.
and so it makes you wonder, like we were playing tennis the other day and I unzipped my sweater.
What are we
and
playing tennis?
Literally anytime I talk to Lauren about this all the time, she says she's not good enough.
I'm not.
I said, when are we playing
Oh,
tennis?
I wasn't invited to this. I wasn't invited to this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not good enough to be on the
anytime.
court. Go ahead.
I think you're too hard on yourself.
Lauren's
No,
attitude
I'm really bad at
needs
it.
an adjustment.
Yeah, but you know
on
what?
tennis.
If you suck, I'll quit with you and we'll go get like yogurt or something.
That sounds great.
the-
Okay, we'll just
the
do
other
it.
boys. Yeah, really well.
Oh my God.
I know.
All right, we'll head over to Patreon. Get in there. We'll live stream it. It'll be great.
Well, so speaking of live streaming tennis,
I'm sorry. There was a
I know.
segue
Where
there.
is this going here?
I was unzipping my tennis sweater
Oh.
and there was a little boy playing tennis next to me and he literally put his thing down, like his racket down and just was like staring. And I don't have, clearly anyone who's watching this on youtube.com/Wild Til 9
Yes. Yes.
can
That
tell
you
that.
really you go wild tonight?
Question mark? I don't know. I told you.
Let's try it again.
Anyone that's watching on youtube.com/Wild Til 9.
Oddly enough, the first one was more confident, but yeah, that's what I digress.
Fucking the boy was like mouth agape and his tennis teacher was like, hello.
Sir?
And I
Simon?
was like, okay, is this years of conditioning that you believe you're supposed to be like, whoa? Because I don't have huge tits. Maybe he is into flat chested
I
people.
almost think that that's just like a primal reaction to him being like boobies.
But do you think it's because boys are introduced to boobies first thing in their entire lives?
We actually had this conversation a couple weeks ago about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. About how like,
Was this when Kelsey said she wanted me to suck a dick?
Yes.
Yes.
And
I'm
was-
so glad you brought
Was
this up.
willing to bring out a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
Yes.
Several slides
Yes.
as to, and I don't want to, you know what? I'm going to get it wrong. That you want me to suck it? You
Yes.
want me to try it?
I don't want to step on what you were saying,
no, go ahead.
but
Go ahead.
I think it ties in.
Yeah. 100%.
Every random topic. But I think it ties in.
But
Just
I-
like, yeah, so when you're like, when you win $1 million, but I think it ties in. It's like,
Listen, if we're talking about $1 million, I would love for this to tie in. It doesn't tie in. I do not have that much money. But I said that I would hope you would get the chance and would take the chance and take the opportunity to suck a dick at some point in your life because you've been raised in such a cisgendered heterosexual world that I could never imagine, as a bisexual queer woman,
Right.
in an open cis heterosexual relationship currently.
I also have so many questions. I want to circle back on all of
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Oh, we'll get
go
back
ahead.
to
Yes,
that.
Yes.
The caption person just goes, what did you, hold on.
Okay, so we're here. Now we're here. Now we're here.
Now we're here.
Yeah.
Yes. If you need a map, here it is. There's no map. I could never imagine feeling limited to what I will be allowed to experience sexually in this lifetime because of the norms that society has put into my subconscious.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a great perspective.
Thank you, Lauren.
I mean, I think that's why so many more people are coming out as just like pansexual
Yes.
as well, because like that goes against all of like the norms as well. They're just like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be gay. I don't want to be heterosexual. I just want to like who I like.
and it's almost like a burden to be labeled from birth,
Right.
that you're heterosexual and then have this huge awakening coming out and it's so stressful. And now I think it's like, why don't we all just come out on a blank slate? Wouldn't that be great?
You're like, it's all blank slate, and then like the bar mitzvah of sexual preferences, you announce, I'm straight.
Or like
Undecided.
Undecided. It's like college, who fucking cares? That's when usually all the fun happens. It's like, all the discovery. For me, it was early. It was
Lauren's never
very-
kissed a girl. Well, or Lauren's never made out with a girl.
Never made out with a girl.
What do you want to?
What's that TikTok where it's like two best friends and we're gonna kiss?
I haven't seen that one. I feel like that's on brand for me.
You're not on that TikTok?
No.
Got it.
Lauren,
I'm on
are
that
you on
TikTok.
by TikTok?
I'm on. Yeah, maybe actually.
BiTalk?
Maybe I'm on BiTalk.
Jeremy?
Bi talk?
Are you okay?
No, I think I'm on BiTalk. I
in.
can't remember who. Honestly, it was all
Patreon.com.
right.
No, that's OnlyFans / Kelsey Darragh. I'm just kidding. It's just a picture of my foot that I posted once as a joke. I have like 20 subscribers. That's pretty cool.
That's like a pretty big following.
Listen, that's like enough to get Postmates.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Right. That.
Yeah.
1 foot pick.
We skipped over going like you not sucking a dick ever in your
we're both
lifetime.
painfully ADD, so we're gonna skip over a lot of things.
And I didn't take my Adderall today.
What happened?
I was on a staycation. I forgot all my pills.
Well, you're on staycation. You don't need them.
But now here I am.
Okay, so
This is great.
Did you
We're
want to
doing
go back to me sucking a penis?
And same with you eating a puss. Don't you just want to
Agreed.
know?
Now that one I'm totally with.
But are you?
I'm like turned off by my own vagina.
I will say,
Like I genuinely like.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's not a moment's hesitation in my body when I say this. Lauren is the straightest girlfriend I have ever had.
Can I retort?
Oh yeah, get in there.
And I've told Lauren this many a times that I think she's a little bit gayer than she thinks.
You're okay.
It's just we have so much unlearning to do with her upbringing.
Okay.
And your upbringing.
I mean,
And my
this
upbringing.
is what we talked about too. Is that like I saw success in love in my parents, a heterosexual relationship. I was like, this is
What's that like?
stability.
Jeremy comes from a
My
broken
mom's over here just like, I'm going to show you all the things not to do.
Yeah.
I just spit everywhere.
Oh,
I mean, you guys are really giving your little fuzzies the time of their
I'm
life tonight.
taking this home with me.
We just give them on the way out. And that's yours.
Congratulations, you win it.
Wait, hang on. Oh my God.
Oh no.
I'm the only one without ADHD here, and it's tough to wrangle you guys
You
back
eating
in.
a pussy.
Right.
You grew up with successful parents.
Yes, successful parents. This is what
I said
love.
what
This
that
is what
like.
stability. Yes. And we derailed
Yeah.
there.
It
Okay.
was like, is he kidding? Is he not? I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
No,
we got wrapped up in your trauma. It's okay.
Right.
Got
It's fun. Jeremy always pulls us back to his trauma.
Hey,
we
yeah.
always end up there.
Oh my God.
Oh, we love it though.
So-
we love a man who talks about his trauma.
We do. But there's a but here. There's a but here. Jeremy knows, like we've talked about his trauma. Like we've covered it. We've covered all the bases. But
Is it ever covered?
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank
welcome.
you.
no.
What she's
there's-
about to say, I
there's
think Kelsey's
just-
about to just jump on.
There's just no. Okay, listen. There are specific comments that he just continuously makes. There's the same comment, so it's not a new discussion. But he knows how deeply uncomfortable it makes me, and so he does it for the enjoyment of making me uncomfortable.
Why are you using your trauma as a weapon?
Like what?
Yeah, why are you
Like
using
what? What are you saying?
I mean, anything around a dad.
Wouldn't know.
Oh,
See, there it is.
that is funny.
Did you hear that?
Isn't that funny?
That's funny.
It was funny the first, second, maybe
But why
third
do you
time.
feel so comfortable
Right.
about it? Can't you giggle a little bit? Like, yeah,
know,
Jared's
'cause
mom is dead, and we make mom jokes all the time. Yeah,
see,
but
okay, see this reaction here? That's how I feel when he does it.
No, but like to me,
that helps you cope.
and maybe it's right. Maybe it's just like my coping mechanism.
Yeah,
but like,
it is.
But it's the same way. Like, remember when you got hit in the face with that tennis ball?
Yes.
Oh no.
And
I was so
you
sad.
were down.
Yeah.
Well, anytime someone gets like really hurt around me, I
laugh.
don't laugh. I start making jokes.
Yeah,
I try
yeah.
and just lighten the mood
Yeah.
immediately.
I noticed that when, I don't know if this is too personal, but when you were having panic attacks,
Oh, yeah,
Jeremy
yeah.
went into like, welcome to my hot five up top, the Jeremy show. And I was like, Jeremy, shut up.
Past performance has taught me that the more like Lauren likes to feel like everything's okay. And so the more I feel like you're like, is everything okay? What's going on? This and that. It's like, I feel like it feeds into her. So I
Sure.
try and like pull her out of it.
the problem is that like sometimes you just need different things.
Yeah.
So
Right.
especially like if
Yes.
I'm in the middle ground of being okay in a panic attack, if I'm sitting in the middle, sometimes like humor can pull me out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
But
then
sometimes you don't know.
Sometimes you're too far gone and
Yeah.
you're just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you don't know how to communicate what you need because you're not
Yeah.
sure what you need is the
100%.
thing that you actually want.
Right.
So Lauren eating a vagina.
Jeremy will always come back to this. Thank God. You grew up with two heterosexual of a life.
yeah, yeah.
Did you have a lot of queer friends?
Actually, yeah.
In Canada?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I almost feel like it's safer. It was probably safer earlier to
Oh,
be gay.
for
in
sure.
Canada. Yeah. Jeremy, do you remember how awful cramming for a test was? I would spend all night studying, and that still wouldn't guarantee I would ace the test. I still have nightmares about the stress leading up to an exam.
That's why I wish we had Blueprint. Blueprint's test prep delivers life-changing score increases. On average, their students receive 11-point increases for the LSAT for you future lawyers and 13-point increases for the MCAT for you future doctors. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Blueprint was founded on the idea that test prep can actually be entertaining and effective because apparently you don't retain information very well if you are bored. Surprise. They use unique animations and memorable graphics plus humorous pop cultural references to make your experience engaging and enjoyable.
They also have the only dynamic study plan tool that will create your personalized study plan at the click of a button. Your plan will outline exactly what to study, when to study, how to evolve your busy schedule, and sync to your phone so you can stay on track. Blueprint turns down about 90% of its applicants for teachers. They only accept teachers who score in the 98th percentile, so you know you're getting the very best.
After each practice test, the amazing analytics will help you quickly diagnose the underlying patterns of what you got wrong and why to help you improve faster. My friends still in school rave about Blueprint.
My cousins who were all different levels of doctors and healthcare professionals were telling me how they wish they had this when they were studying for their MCAT. I've been telling all my friends who are studying for these tests about Blueprint. Blueprint's got an incredible contest going on right now to win $20,000 towards your law school tuition. Just head to their site and enter to win. Plus, Blueprint has an exclusive offer just for Wild Til 9 listeners. Blueprint rarely offers discounts this big, but for the first 100 listeners of our show who go to blueprintprep.com and use promo code WILD, you'll receive 20% off. That's over $200 off your LSAT or MCAT class if you go to blueprintprep.com and use our promo code WILD.
Our next sponsor is an OG and holds a special place in my heart because they're here to help with your mental health. I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000 more times, but mental health is health. And BetterHelp is professional counseling done securely online. I've opened up a lot about my journey with anxiety, and BetterHelp has been really helpful for me in my times of need.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed therapist. They have licensed professionals that specialize in a wide range of needs like depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBTQIA matters, grief, and self-esteem.
I always talk about how inaccessible taking care of your mental health can be, but BetterHelp is more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. The service is available for clients worldwide, and so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Skip the awkward waiting rooms and start improving your mental health, all while never having to leave home.
We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/WT9. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WT9.
You grew up too straight. You had some gay friends. Did you watch lesbian porn?
I've watched lesbian porn before.
That wasn't my question. Do you watch lesbian porn?
I'm not a big porn consumer.
Okay. Did you ever actively keep it jerk into lesbian porn for constant periods of time?
No, I don't think so. Not constant
That was
periods of
more
time.
of like, there was more there.
I think that in lesbian or just female only porn, it's easier to know what they're feeling because
Yes.
I have that body.
Correct.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So I don't want to say that like it was extended periods of time because that would be lying, but like I've dabbled for sure.
That was the like straightest way to answer that. She's
I
like, yeah,
know.
like no, it's like I've watched it. Not like I'm not like gay, but like I've seen. Like
What?
one
I
time
don't
it was
think that makes
one time it was already on, and I walked in.
No,
like,
but
I
like
didn't turn it off.
I don't think
It's
that
like,
watching lesbian porn dictates your sexuality in any way.
I know.
Listen, I think, okay, so like, I knew I was bisexual literally like the second I could have feelings about a person.
Oh, I was going to ask
like,
you this.
I was like, why do I feel this certain thing about this person? Like all of a sudden. And my girlfriends and I, like, not my friends that were girls in like elementary school would practice kissing. And
Okay.
I would be like, we should practice kissing. Like I'll go first.
But we should do it naked because that's how you're gonna
Yeah,
do it.
in the jacuzzi when our parents are asleep so we can do it for extended periods of time. Like that was,
The telltale sign.
yeah. And also, and I don't know if this was just about,
Kelsey, I'm tired. I don't want to do it anymore. No, we gotta
more
practice more.
kiss. I'm planning on doing lots of kissing, so I better keep on practicing. But it was like, we also were very horny, slutty children.
Okay.
Okay.
Growing up in Florida.
Okay.
Like I'm talking like 13
Yeah.
people were not losing their virginities, because virginity is a strong construct and you can't lose virginity. You're gaining a sense of power and self.
So
right,
having sex for the first time.
Yes.
We're gonna have to go back to
Damn,
that.
at
'cause you just
13?
dropped a thing that
I
I, think
did just drop a thing.
349,000 people go. What did she just say?
I said you don't lose anything when you have sex for the first time, especially your virginity, because virginity is a construct to give power back to men that want to take things from women, and
okay.
that you actually gain something, that it is self-awareness of thy body.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that.
I wasn't talking to you directly,
Well,
just
no,
in
no.
general
I just
society.
is the only Y
I
chromosome
just know
in the room.
so many gross guys who are like, oh, I'm like a virginity taker. And that I
What? Those guys are serial killers now, aren't they?
Yeah. No, I actually have someone in like they'd be like a B tier friend who is always what does he call it? Oh my God, this is horrible. This is literally so bad. But he calls himself a virgin slayer.
That guy can
Sucks.
choke on a hard candy and die for all I care.
I bet that guy absolutely sucks.
Yeah,
in bed.
he's not slaying anything.
No.
I bet.
Yeah, no.
You know what's funny? I as a former, hi, my name is Jeremy. I definitely was a fuckboy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
She's been actually meeting. She's like, hi. Yeah. I specifically did not like hooking up with girls that I wouldn't say I didn't like. I was afraid to hook up with girls that hadn't had sex or whatever because like I didn't want
to inflict any.
Yeah, we're just like, I'm only here for a little bit. Like I don't want it's kind of thing, which is like really unfair. But it's like whatever that is for me. Like I just think that there are guys that like enjoy that. Not me. I don't know why, but that was just never my.
Well, it's also a lot of pressure on a guy. I have to assume too, because like in stereotypical like teen movies, you see the guy is so much more experienced, and the girl's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, let me show you the way. I've done this a million times. It's like, no, that's also a lot of pressure for a guy. Right. I could assume that they would be like, I would hope that I'm at the same level of someone sexually that I'm hooking up with, because it's like, yeah, it's like I was a hoe. I know who I am. And I have my girlfriends to thank for that, for making out with me in the jacuzzi at sleepovers.
Okay. So what age do we think this was?
Very young. 12.
Oh, I was thinking it was gonna be younger.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be younger too. So 12 is what, grade 7?
I mean, if we're talking about the first time I had like done anything with
No. Like when did you
girls?
Go, I like girls.
Oh, very young. Like
Okay.
literally as soon as we could have crushes, I was like, I have a crush on this cartoon character.
As soon as we could have.
It's always the cartoon characters.
Yeah, and it's like, and my favorite color is rainbow. And I remember a kid being like, you can't like rainbow because that means you're gay. Well, guess what? Fucking Kane Roberts. I am half.
Kane
just
Roberts?
Kidding. Yeah.
No, you look at him right now.
I did.
Kane
I
Roberts?
looked- Fuck you. I am gay.
You know what?
Kane.
We're gonna find out. Kane Roberts, probably also gay.
Probably also
Yeah.
fucking
He's like watching this now. He goes, I know.
He's like jerking it. That's the stuff. I know.
Okay, so very young.
Yeah, very young.
Before
And
you played Let's Kiss Each Other in the Shower.
yes, and
Okay.
I grew up in a very Southern Baptist, religious, conservative town in Florida. So I did.
Do you want to call him out? Shout out.
Tampa.
Tampa.
I went to Idlewild Baptist Church. You fucking know what you've done. They're a
Let's
mega.
move on. Let's move on.
They're a mega church. They're
Oh.
a mega
Got
church.
it.
Like,
Okay.
you know that show on HBO?
The Righteous
Righteous
Gemstones?
Gemstones?
That was my church.
Shut the fuck up.
Obsessed.
That is still
love the
my
Righteous
church. So
Gemstones.
do I. Because it was my upbringing.
Oh my God.
Obsessed.
That's such a foreign concept to me. Like, that's a fictional show in my head, and I can't imagine it existing in the real world.
It does a lot in the South. And so for me, it was like, oh, they kicked the one guy's family out of the church when he said he was gay when he was like 13. I never could be like, I like this.
Right.
I just thought I was like horny. I never attributed it to the person. I always was like, me, it's something with me. Like I'm
interesting. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like until you see or meet, or like until you literally it's in front of you, how would you ever think that thing that you couldn't tell your parents or you can't talk to your friends about is normal?
Yeah.
Right? If you've
Yeah.
never really experienced it besides by yourself.
Kids growing up in this generation now, like, I feel like there's so, like, I always said this, but like JoJo Siwa coming out was like
huge.
fucking game changer, because she's such a
Yes.
household name, and it just, that immediately made it that much more okay for kids in households everywhere.
But couldn't we kind of tell?
I mean,
I got gay vibes of her.
I mean,
Way
Remember
early
that time I said,
on.
what are we going to say that we're going to get canceled for? That.
JoJo Siwa, I have met her.
Could we tell?
I could maybe it's my gaydar, but
No. She posted the funniest thing on Twitter. And it was a throwback of her on Dance Moms looking at another girl.
oh,
Did
and
you
it
see
was
that?
like y'all couldn't tell.
Yeah. And she posted that because she basically has like hard eyes and it was really cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
But you're so right that it's shit like that is helping kids younger
Yeah,
and younger.
100%.
Like I really do. I'm not kidding when I say like we should fucking blank slate it and not force fucking gendered things or colors onto children, especially because that's when our brains are being molded. And so even if you were in a liberal town, you still might subconsciously suppress certain ideas and feelings because you're just not seeing it reflected in your TV shows and your books and your toys. And it's like your parents sure as hell have still a lot of unlearning to do. And so that's what I went through and still did it very much behind the backs of boyfriends and like friends, and had like a secret girlfriend in high school. And like, you know, whenever I could go away to like a sleepaway camp, you bet your bitch ass I was hooking up with a chick that would like drive back to Pennsylvania a week later and we'd never see each other again. Like, for sure. Like
This one time at band camp.
Exactly. Like I did everything with a girl before I even made out with a guy.
Really?
Yeah. Before we even kissed, I made out with a guy for the first time freshman year of high school. But by then I had boned like 2 chicks.
How'd we end up with Jared?
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
So
I've got 10 years of things to ask about.
Okay, yeah, I know. I
Jared.
have so many questions.
Jared can wait. We love Jared.
We
Jared's
love
the
Jared.
finale act. Yeah,
You're right. Jared is the finale.
Yeah,
You're
he's the
so
finale.
right.
Or
Yeah.
is he just like a mid-act, you know, little...
Rude.
Jared, we love you and we do not support this.
Oh my God, no. I mean, like, not to fast forward, but like, it doesn't surprise me that I'm currently in an open relationship with a heterosexual
God, there's so many things we have to
male.
get into with this, this thing.
It doesn't surprise me because I've always been someone that's like, well, if I could, why wouldn't I?
Right.
If I could, who's stopping me? Oh, society, fuck that. My parents, they never really cared. My friends don't have those toxic people in my life. So really, it is my choice. And I can if I want to. So anyone that wants to come into my arena now has to understand the rules at which I play my game. And you're coming into my house.
Yeah.
And like, luckily, I think my game is being played by a lot more people in you know, generations growing up behind me.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
10
doubt
years
about
younger
it.
than us?
Yeah.
Different world.
100%.
Different world.
I like that metaphor though. Like they're coming to your house. It's like your rules, your arena, and they accept. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I always say that like the best thing about being an adult is just like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yes.
Like, and that's okay.
we when we both pick out our cherry tomatoes out of every meal, we're always like, this is the best part of being an adult because we don't have to eat these if we don't want to.
No one's going to make fun of me for not liking cucumber.
Yes.
You.
I say that about having cake for breakfast.
I could absolutely live by those rules as well.
I'm like, this is what adulthood is that no one's going to stop you. No one is going to stop you.
No one would care.
And that's the other thing. That's what I was going to say when you brought up like 700 years ago about drinking and going back into normal society. No one's going to fucking care.
No.
You might care, but you'll learn. You'll work on that relationship with yourself.
Right.
No one is going to give a fuck that you are not drinking. And if they do, it's because that they are more insecure about drinking by themselves. Yeah. Okay.
100%.
I had to say that.
Also, I just want to say that like we've gotten past that. We've gotten past that. Also, just like I prioritize how I feel, and if I know drinking's gonna make me feel like shit, I'm like, this is not a viable option
And
for me.
same with anxiety and panic disorder. You're like, if this thing is going to literally launch me into a panic attack, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Right. It's not
I
worth
don't
it.
care what's writing on it. Like,
Yeah.
luckily, you know, we're in a spot where we get to be that privileged and
help control all those elements.
Yes, but I think more people have that choice with a lot of things in their life that you can just be like, no. And I also know it's very unsafe for a lot of people. So I'm not saying to like do that if you're in a town or community or society where people are going to like fuck you up or ostracize you or whatever. Like do what you have to do to be safe.
So that's my question, actually. Let's go into that. For the person listening, because there's going to be somebody who's listening in a
Small rural town.
backwoods, places we've lived or been before. Where do you start?
The internet is your friend. Go incognito mode or just find a browser that doesn't have a history at all. They've got those now because of cryptocurrency. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the one with the lion head. Brave. Download Brave.
We actually just had a conversation about this. Jeremy asked me the other day, or a few episodes ago, like, which community do I think has benefited the most from the internet? I was like 100% the LGBTQIA plus.
Yes.
LGBTQIA plus.
Yes, both of you.
I know. He
I
learned
learned
it.
that last week.
Yeah, I taught him that.
Jeremy. See, using his powers for good.
There it
Well,
is.
like LGBT, got it. And then I feel like there's been plus.
QIA plus.
QIA
Right.
plus.
QIA plus.
Yeah.
But it truly has. And like to find your community on chat sites or websites or Reddit threads or whatever, like just go find your community and find an outlet that you can safely spend time on until you can become safe.
So safe.
And like fucking leave your town, bro.
Oh, that's
my
so fast.
best advice to anyone
Yeah.
is like, as soon as you can, go. You will not regret it.
I think it should be
Regret
legal
it?
to go.
You'll know regret it.
Regret it. I think it should be
Homestead
illegal to stay in
your
your
hometown?
hometown for your first job, college, whatever it is. I think you should
Yeah.
get. I don't think, and everyone doesn't have like the means to go across country and
No.
live in New York. Like, I get that, but like the reason I went to Kentucky was because I could drive there, and it was cheap
Not
enough.
your hometown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
great, like 8.5 hours away from my mom. Fantastic.
Oh, we
But
love you, Mom.
I needed that because
Yeah.
now I love my mother and we get along great.
And
But,
you're
like,
not a problematic guy when you very well could be. Like, I know people from Kentucky.
We're not problematic anymore.
Sure. Fuckboy isn't
Did you
problematic.
feel like she just dragged me down there?
No, because I can understand where she's
You know
coming
what?
from.
I just need to give justice to all
Yeah.
the women, the path of women that you
That paved ways for
And
you.
if Kelsey had her way, there'd be one penis along the way.
Oh my God, a couple
A
slapping
couple?
you in the
no,
forehead.
No, you told me one.
But don't, okay, get back to you guys. This is about your podcast. This
No,
is your
it's-
podcast where
are you
people,
kidding?
no, people definitely want to know about you. I have a podcast. I know how this goes. Don't you want to know what it's like to suck a dick?
Oh, we're back here.
We have to be.
So the question is, could you question one more time?
Don't you want to know what it's like to suck a cock?
The word cock is so
Okay,
abrasive.
penis, dick. Dick is pretty harmless. Dick
yeah.
makes it
Dick
relatable.
feels okay. Yeah, it feels okay.
A
Feels
wiener.
safe.
A wiener makes
don't
it
know
sound
how
like
to
a
tell you, like-
clown's joke.
Like,
We say wiener.
I guess here's the deal.
Okay.
I don't have I'm interested in a lot of things that I have and haven't done. A lot of things. And I know that there's I would like to do that. I don't feel it.
I'm giving you also a pass in this moment. Like nothing you say when you answer this is I'm not leading you down like a trap of sounding homophobic because I know you're not. But why not?
I don't know.
I think it's the
don't
same
know.
reason that like I'm turned off by the thought of my own vagina.
Let me-
That we got to work on like
that's-
separately.
Yeah.
This we should talk about
That's
later.
I guess I don't know. I don't know why I'm not interested. I can't be like, well, because I would never want to. Like, I don't know.
You don't have strong like ugh reaction, which is good.
No.
You're just pretty neutral about it, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Like, I wish there was a world in which people like challenged straight people for being straight. Because
no.
like, you know, gay people are, you know,
I've told you.
Yeah.
I'm Zac Efron gay.
explain that.
I'm glad you asked. Not interested in men. Don't want to do any of the things. But
just
like
skin.
I think if like Zac Efron slid into my DMs, was like, hey
Yeah.
man, like you want to like grab a coffee?
Oh,
Are we
Dating?
married?
That's not Zac Efron gay. That's Zac Efron friends.
no,
Well-
he's saying he would do stuff.
Right.
Got
I wasn't
it.
being so vulgar.
So it started with a coffee and then
Right.
it led to more. I see.
well, like allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah,
With,
okay.
Allegedly.
Like, yeah. I don't know like Zac Efron's lawyer up in here, but yeah, I think that's my level of.
And you don't want to just even give just a little credit card little.
no.
One more time.
I
Yeah,
told you, this is
that
mine.
Mike Fuzzy's going on with you. Yeah, no, not at all. Not at
You
all.
don't even have any
See,
curiosity.
she's worse. Yeah,
There's
this.
no worse or better. I mean, in my
Yeah,
book,
babe, there's no worse or better.
The gays are
Kelsey.
better, but listen, that's just I feel like because I'm a little biased, pun intended. But like I will say like. I'm a professional, but I'm going to say this. I'm like thinking of all the like actual advocacy work I have to do and how I'm about to just ruin all of that
Okay.
right
I
now.
can't wait to hear what you're about to
Pussy
say.
skin does taste different
Yeah.
in a good way.
Oh, so that's off-putting to me.
But what if I told you it tasted like frosting?
Okay. Well, you.
That would move me a step in the right direction.
Okay.
But
Well, see,
it doesn't.
I would be weirded out if it actually tasted like frosting.
Oh.
That'd be weird.
But you don't think it tastes good?
Vagina?
I mean, listen, vagina should taste and smell like vagina. And if you can't handle it, you can't handle pussy. But you don't think it tastes kind of like it's different than licking like your arm?
Yeah.
I think it's nice.
I mean, I think it's nice too. I don't know if I would say it tastes good.
I mean,
That's offensive.
semen doesn't taste good.
Oh, I see that. This was a general statement. Lawrence?
Oh.
Cupcake.
I've
Thank you.
only heard Jeremy talk about Lauren's pussy in a positive way many times unasked.
If you want to go ahead and just
brought
look
it up.
into the camera and say hi to Lauren's mother who watches this podcast.
Does she now? Mom DOI, can't wait to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
So,
seriously, Jeremy had brought it up. Like we'd be standing in the line for the bathroom at your house.
standing in line, got
That's so nice.
And Jeremy would just be like, dude, Lauren's so hot. Just the best pussy. I'm like, I've known her 6 hours, but thank you.
Thank you so much for that
I bet,
information.
I'm sure.
Thank you
so
so
hot.
much.
Like as if it's like a no, she's so hot. Yeah. Like I'm talking you up for her.
Yeah, but like you made me think of something because when you said the disgusting friend you have that has that awful nickname, I have like said many times that I have often been the like safe bet for my friends to try out women, and now
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I
Interesting.
hope that doesn't make me like in the same vein as that of like,
no.
my joke is that like I can turn any girl a little gayer just because I'm very safe in
Right.
terms of like they're not freaked out by my.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's like a level of comfort
Ambient.
though.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. It's also like friendship, right? It's
Yeah.
also like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, this is going to be weird. But I feel like you would just start laughing.
100%. There's no way I could take it seriously.
And I feel like you wouldn't be able to do the tongue. I feel like you would just.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You
You'd
know,
be like,
you know how hard your tongue would be tired and you would just be, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But-
100%.
That came from a place of.
No, but the problem is that like we both the heterosexual oral muscles in the mouth are very different. And I've strengthened mine.
Wait, the heterosexual
Oral muscles.
Muscles.
So what, tongue?
No, I mean, I feel like
What?
like going down on a girl uses different muscles than giving
Oh,
head.
oh, you're saying men have different oral muscles because it's.
Not different oral muscles, but you just exercise different ones than I exercise.
Sure. And he's a
Right.
singer. And he talks all day for a living, so it's different.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure you
true.
guys do use different tubular mandibular joint muscles. Probably your sternocleidomastoid or your digastrics or your pterygoids might be a little different than hers.
We're talking about
Your
eating
wheel.
vagina still, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel dumb. Let's move on.
Okay, next topic. Next
Wait,
topic.
no, I want to. Okay, but I want to go back into the. Where do you start? Okay, so the internet. Okay, you get
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, and like I can guarantee you, there are more people like you that are closeted,
Yeah.
and I talk to 0 people from my high school still,
No.
and I wish I would have been more authentically myself and had a better time in high school.
Yeah.
And college, I think I was a little bit more liberal with my queerness. Like I was definitely embracing the term bisexual then and like finally being like, oh, that's what that feeling was, is that I definitely was like feeling things
Yeah.
and it was different but similar to the way I felt about, a cishet man. Like I was even more liberal with that when I would drink alcohol. So I
Right.
think I clung to that as like an excuse for a long time and like became the fucking thing that I hate, which is like the guy's girl, where it's like the guys would be like, oh yeah, you make out with chicks. And I'd be like, I wasn't like, don't fucking say that.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
You were like
fetishizing.
No,
Yeah,
me,
fetishizing.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, give me a shot.
Right.
And like, I'll make out with her. I don't
Right.
care. You know?
Nice shots will make out. Yeah.
But then also I'm like, take that back, sis. I don't care.
Right.
So, and like, I feel like I became the most confident about it probably when I was like 17, 18, when I moved to New York City. And it was
Okay.
like, I was around more queer people
Right.
than not, like more theater
Right.
kids, more, go find theater kids. That's my
Theater
note.
kids. That's it. And every city, everywhere. You want to go
Yes.
find people that are empathetic about, theater kids.
Yes. I mean, they literally have like Equity Fights AIDS as
Right.
their program that you donate money to musical theater Broadway shows to. So go find
And
theater
as a
kids.
band geek and a theater kid,
Yes.
I can confirm theater kids are a better option.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're fucking weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, weirder. Ooh.
We're more fun.
But more fun.
Like less stereotypical.
I don't know.
I
There's
do.
some really fun band kids. It's a good time.
No one ever. Just kidding.
I
You
wasn't.
wanna-
I wasn't a band kid.
You want to piss
Me
off
neither.
this audience? Talk shit about marching band and drum corps.
I will
yeah.
not. Nick Cannon, the drumline, one of my top
Okay,
faves.
great. Yeah. They should have made a sequel.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Fuck.
Wait, can I be on Guilty Pleasures and we'll talk about We'll do Drumline?
Oh,
It'd be hilarious.
we should.
That'd be a good
That'd be
episode.
I'll tell the boys.
Yeah, I wish I had enough clout. That'd be good.
You do have clout.
Yeah, you
You're
have
Lauren's
clout.
boyfriend.
Thanks,
That's so nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And now my friend,
Well,
Jared's very
Jared's
fond of
friend.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
like if you just came back and like you just like you guys were out and you just came back and like Jared and I were just like cuddling
Making
on the couch.
out.
Would that
I
be
would-
like your
my
best day
dream.
ever? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, like okay, so going back to like being now in a relationship with a guy who was a fuckboy, problematic. He's born and raised in Boston, so he's got like a lot of toxic masculinity to unwind from.
Is that like Boston as a whole? Just toxic. Okay.
Just Jesus Christ.
yeah, just Sox fans.
But like he is so philosophical and able to like wrap his head around ideas
Right.
where he's not like clinging to a religion or politics to be
Right.
like, this is wrong because of this nothingness.
Right.
Like he really embraced my sexuality and my like wants and needs, and not saying it was easy, not necessarily the bisexual part. He was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll fuck some chicks with you. But
Every
like,
guy ever. Oh no.
yeah,
she's
every guy
bi.
ever. Oh God. But you know, like once we were in the committed stage of our relationship of being like, oh, you know, what does this look like long term?
Right.
And not to say that it was easy, but it was something he was willing to have a conversation about,
Right.
which I feel like is so important if you are someone that is in a non-traditional or non-monogamous relationship, is like if people are stuck in certain ways, it's really hard to change those people.
Yep.
Right.
But I got very lucky that I have someone who is so open-minded, and I feel just like so lucky is the only word I can think of.
Very
but like,
sappy.
but deserving.
Yeah, like
Lucky but
lucky
deserving.
and
Like,
humble
yeah,
and
but like that's what I feel. Is I'm like,
No,
I deserve
that's a great
that.
attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, like I shouldn't have to hide that
Yep.
from my, I get messages all the time from people who are like, I'm married to a guy, but like this is my fantasy, or like I wish I could do this, or like I don't know how to tell him. And I'm like, I'm so lucky that I don't have to be that way, but I fucking deserve that because I've lived my life authentically and I have nothing to hide. And like,
also it wasn't exactly like someone gave you a map to get here. You sat and like fucking just fumbled for years. And I want to get into that because we're both degenerates.
Oh, this is
and we haven't
very
talked
true.
about you being a degenerate yet.
oh my God. But
Wait,
anyone,
I have a question.
Yes.
So being in an open relationship,
Yes.
does that mean that you guys have a conversation and choose a third member together to do as a group?
Ooh.
So I will say that I can only speak to my personal open relationship experience, which is that every relationship is different. So
Right.
like what my boundaries are is not what
Totally,
like,
totally,
all
totally.
open relationships boundaries
Yeah.
are.
Kelsey
But-
speaks for all
Oh,
open
yeah, for
relationships.
all.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the rules.
No,
Like,
that
every
would be
time,
so
every time,
problematic.
like the last time we had guests, and they were just like, "Okay, so what are guys thinking when they do this?" I'm like, "What? Why the
Yeah.
fuck would I
You're
know?"
like, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
have a group chat with this topic. But like for us, we ebb and flow, right? So like with COVID, we were like, no, we're closing the
Right.
relationship. Like we're not
Right,
going to
right.
date.
Closer business,
Right. But
Yeah.
then sometimes we find it so fun to date the same person. Like we think it's so fun when we find someone that we both like. Sometimes like I'll go out on a date with them first. He'll go on a date with them second.
What?
Then we'll
Oh
do-
my God.
or-
Interesting.
Yeah. Or like I'll be going on, be dating someone and then I'll be like, would you mind if I invited my boyfriend now that we're like having fun? And like, they'll be like, yeah, or no, or, like we're just 100% upfront. Like our Bumble profiles say what our
Right.
relationship
Gotcha.
is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
have stupid,
Yeah.
honest.
I remember when I was on dating apps
Yeah.
and I would see a girl who was in a relationship, like obviously on like Instagram,
and you're like, what is happening?
and it's like. Like talking, swiping, like
Yeah.
trying to meet up. It wasn't like during the day. It's not like they made a Bumble profile and they're just like out of
Yeah.
town or whatever. Like,
No.
no, you've had this profile a while. You're obviously in a relationship.
Yes.
You don't say anything about it. It's like,
yeah.
do
And
I have
there's
to
a
ask?
lot of that.
do I like, who's supposed to be?
I mean, I'm speaking from my own experience. I think it's your fucking.
Well, it's your prerogative. Do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
like, but I would always be honest and
Err on the
upfront.
side of like, here's what's going on.
Yeah, but I'm also someone who puts their entire life out on the internet for a living.
Right. But I also think that there should be a safer space for people to communicate exactly what it is that
Yes.
they want.
Uh-huh.
And then if that changes,
Yes.
You can communicate that too.
Yeah, and it does.
And
that's the thing.
That's okay.
You learn a lot about it. Like if Lauren did all of a sudden wake up and go like, you know what, Jeremy, I do want to eat a pussy. I mean, I'm sure. Okay, let me.
I'd call you and say, Kelsey,
know.
today's the day.
Let me flip that so it sounds more interesting. Like if Jeremy was like, I want to suck a dick.
So why is that one more interesting?
Because it's just more unbelievable. I'm still
Okay.
working on Lauren. I just feel like Lauren is a liberal and understanding and loving and caring enough person
Right.
that like she would probably be very alarmed at first because of how straight you.
Oh, if I asked her if it'd be fine if I could suck a penis.
But I feel like she's someone who's open-minded enough to be like, let's talk about that with our couples therapist, or like, let's talk about that more, you know? Instead of like, no, you fucking homo, I'm out of here. Like,
I would never respond with that.
Yeah.
I think it would
Can
be
you
more of a
ask him?
question. Yeah, that would
Fucking
not
homo.
be that
God.
would not be the go-to for sure.
no, Jeremy's like, no homo.
Yeah. No. It's not gay. I just want
I
to.
just want to suck a dick. Yeah. But like, it also can be not gay. It can be not gay to suck a dick.
I don't know if I.
I'm gonna
agree
die
with
on this
you,
hill. I'm gonna die on it.
But it's not up to me. It would be Lauren.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh well, I
If-
just think
okay,
that.
so tomorrow morning I wake up and I said, Kelsey said a lot of things that like really resonated.
Yeah.
What's your response?
Well, my response would never be like, "Oh, you're gay. I can't date you." Like that's not the response at all. It would just be more like, "Can I, as a person in a relationship, can I emotionally handle there being an added party into this?"
Yeah, see how great that was.
Added party or added member?
Oh, fist bump with our feet. That was good. That was good. I got a deeper camel toe on that, but that's okay. It was
That's
worth
all
it.
right.
Worth
Me
it. Worth
too.
it. Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth
But
it.
like, I think like my hope is that we can continue to have conversations.
Throaty.
Throaty.
Our Hungarian
My
listeners love that.
hope is that we could open up dialogue to not be so fucking judgmental and not take other person's sexual fluidity as an attack against you. It wouldn't mean that like you're not enough or that he's no longer sexually attracted to you or
totally.
there's problems in this relationship.
Yeah.
Because so many people think, and me, guilty as one of them, used to think that people who are in open relationships were problems. Like these people are in an open relationship because they can't face the fact that they aren't ready to commit.
Right.
Or one of them wants to cheat and they must be like, and I'm here today to tell you as a success story that is not the fucking case. Like I've never been more evolved, happy, honest, fulfilled, not just by dick, but also just like, I feel like the most true, authentic version of myself and unafraid to say anything to my partner.
But I feel like you guys are an anomaly in that like you and Jared again are so lucky but also deserving.
Thank you.
That you guys are able to communicate exactly what you want
Yep.
/ need. And I feel like that's not the case for the
No.
majority of people.
Because you have to do so much fucking work on yourself.
right,
Well, I was going to say, it might not be possible for most people, but it might not have even been possible for you or him a little bit earlier in your life.
Oh no,
You know?
we met at the right fucking time.
Right. But like, I think people
Yeah.
underestimate how important, like
Growing up.
growing up and
Yeah.
also change. It's okay.
You're supposed to change.
It's fine.
If you don't change, you die.
Bitch, literally, that's the number one most annoying comment on the internet. It's like, you've changed. I'm like, bitch, duh. That's you're supposed to change. It's not healthy to not change.
It's okay.
Jeremy's
No one
just
saw it. No one saw
picking apart his microphone
fine.
stand right now.
I keep burping this vegetable burp, and I'm so sorry.
I can't smell it at all.
good.
I really can't.
But like to your point, I think that's so important to point out in people that who you are dating when you are 19, 20, 21 would not and should not be that same person 3 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later. And if they are, you guys are stunting yourselves from becoming most actualized humans.
I think people used to live in a world where you had, like, can you imagine the concept?
No.
My mother I think this was her 30th anniversary at work, like a week or so ago.
Oh my God.
And she'll get a pension because she's been there like 35, 40 years, whatever. And like that used to be a thing, right? Like people would get pensions because they worked at one place for so many years. They didn't have a 401k or a retirement plan that was like they took, it was
What
just,
is a pension?
yeah, right, exactly.
I truly don't
Or
know.
pension is basically you know how like if a 401k
Yeah.
or any retirement thing? So think about it like if you were at a company for so long and you basically deferred your payment as opposed to like into a 401k, the company will then just
Give it to you?
will pay you monthly until you die.
That seems.
like a retirement plan.
That seems.
But it's a percentage of your
old salary, yeah, kind of thing. But like you would literally stay at a job for 40 years.
Never heard of that.
Right, perfect example. Like the fact that you haven't heard of that is like that was the thing. People used to just stay in wherever they were forever, and it's like that's just not how humans should exist.
And when someone says like you changed during a fight or something, I'm like, you're not weaponizing that against me.
Right.
Like I'm happier as a person as who I am. Like I remember when like my high school / college boyfriend said that to me. He was like, you moved to LA and changed. And I was like, thank God. I sucked. I fucking sucked before I was able to be around culture and music and food and people different than the fucking town people that I grew up with. Like, but listen, shout out to Tampa 813. I'm not like necessarily putting you all in a box, but where I grew up and the people I grew up with, like when you said that, I think it should be a law that you leave when you graduate, could not agree with you more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you also just think about like how so many grandparents like met their significant other at 16, married by 18, babies at 21. Like imagine being with the same person from 16.
No.
From 16?
I'd be so annoyed with them.
I can't. Who was I dating at 16? Oh yeah, no, we don't know.
We don't know. He says I have not be named.
Lauren, I'm pretty sure that we can both agree it is rare to find us wearing anything other than sweats. Well, that has officially changed with Jenni Kayne. Jenni Kayne is your go-to shopping destination for all things classic and cozy. They have wardrobe must-haves that are cozy enough to convince us to forgo the sweats and throw on something a little more presentable.
I recently just got these shearling slippers, and since Jeremy likes to keep the house at literal Arctic temperatures.
I don't see, where does it say to make fun? Where does it say, hey, make sure and make
Arctic
fun of Jeremy in the middle of this ad read? Does it say that? I'm missing that line.
Arctic temperatures. They have not left my feet in weeks. It's also been pretty chilly in LA at night recently, and Jenni Kayne has provided the coziest pieces we need to stay warm. Their sweaters are timeless classics that also happen to be extremely soft, which I am all the way here for.
All the way here for?
All the way here for.
Okay. Jenni Kayne pairs perfectly with weekends or work days, layered or worn solo. My Zoom calls have gotten a major upgrade from hoodies to these sweaters. Jenni Kayne provides curated pieces to make you look and feel your best no matter your destination.
Find your forever pieces at jennikayne.com and get 15% off your first order when you use code WILD at checkout. That's JENNIKAYNE.com, promo code WILD. So we have a lot of time on our hands while hanging at home. To keep myself entertained recently, I have been playing June's Journey on my phone. June's Journey is a hidden object murder mystery game based in the roaring 20s. You play as June Parker, an amateur detective investigating the mysterious death of her sister.
Once I downloaded June's Journey, my productivity went right out the window because I can't put my phone down. This free-to-download mobile game puts your powers of observation to the test. Not to mention your memory and logic skills, leaving you refreshed and ready to tackle life's next thrill.
Join 30 million fans and awaken your inner detective. June's Journey is filled with endless hours of fun with thousands of intricate scenes and new chapters every week. Jeremy and I like to play next to each other on the couch and compete for who can solve the mystery and clues faster. It's so fun having an exciting game to play, and it lets you escape reality for a bit and dive into June's world.
Download June's Journey free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. Okay. No, got it.
I forgot that I asked Jared for a dick pic.
What do you say?
Yes, I need it in portrait mode though.
I feel stressed. Being so close to your phone when you asked him for a dick pic.
Okay, I'll make sure.
Because I don't want it to be an unconsensual.
Penis.
No, but like Jared didn't give consent for the whole podcast to see his penis.
That's
No,
so nice.
totally. But I also think that Jared would be understanding if
it was an accident.
If he sent it to you, it's not like you're showing and like you caught a whatever.
But if you just like were like, no, that's a really good point though that I think like not enough people talk about because my best friend sends me pictures. She's pregnant. She's about to have a baby.
She sends you,
and she sends me like pregnancy update pictures, and I'll always be like, oh my God, you got to see this picture. And Jared's like, is that okay? Can I see it? And I'd be like, and I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait, I didn't even ask her.
Yeah.
I think I'm on Jared's side.
So am I.
Yeah.
I mean, I just was on Jared's side just now.
Yeah, we're all on Jared's side. I
In the
think.
flesh.
We literally the flesh.
In the flesh. In portrait mode.
In
Flesh
portrait
in the
mode,
portrait
hopefully.
mode.
I'm excited.
But I also think
my
that
phone's
the-
on Do Not Disturb.
that-
I think I got it. I think
Oh my God,
I
oh my
got
God, oh my
one.
God. I'm
Hold on.
stressed. I'm stressed.
Hold on.
Also, I love the fact that he got the text message.
It's not.
Pulled his pants down and just.
It's for me.
Did he ask us for the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my God, tell him that we need consent before putting that on the internet.
No,
I'm kidding.
That would
Patreon.com.
be so remember that time we said we weren't getting canceled?
Guys, I didn't even want to see Jared's penis by accident, okay? Let's walk it back 10
don't wanna see
steps.
it?
Hold on now.
Okay, now you don't.
Now I'm offended.
That was rude.
I'd love to see Jeremy's penis
like a-
by accident.
Just like a, oh, okay.
Just like a whoops. Just like a whoops.
I'm digging myself a hole, and I would like to put a little hat over the
Yeah.
hole, and we'll just move on to the next topic. Jeremy, you have a
love a hat
question?
on a hole.
Can you
Can
imagine?
you have a
like-
question?
Do you have a question?
Do you have a question?
Let's go back into that a little bit more. Can you imagine like if there was like a mode in life where you could just see a picture above someone's head of like
what their dick look like
yeah.
of their junk. Yeah,
Huh.
I think
Soft
a
or
lot
hard?
of penises are ugly.
softer heart? I think you should be able to do a toggle.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like a slide to see the before and after.
Because I'm telling you right
that's
now,
nice.
if you've ever hated a man, or if he's ever
Many
just
times.
making you so angry, or like someone is like trying to like and just put their like I'm a fucking guy, I want to just put my
Yes.
masculine on you. If a picture above their head of their soft penis appeared, you'd go, okay,
Can we talk about that for a second?
soft penises.
Because I just want to say that I, for a very long time,
I cannot.
I know. Where
wait
is
to
this
hear
going? Where is this going?
I, for a very long time, faked orgasms.
Oh.
People with penises do not have the luxury of faking
Yeah.
hardness.
Yeah.
And we equate soft penises to weakness or failure to launch so often that we forget that a penis being hard is like the thing and the success and the yes, we can. Whereas like the soft is
No, we
often seen
can't.
as not.
No, we can't.
And I just think we should like remember, vagina owners, how many times have we faked it because we don't want to have to deal with the embarrassment or shame of not being in the mood or not being able to or whatever. And that I think we should just give a little bit more empathy towards soft penises. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So, can you wrap that in like a Reader's Digest version? I feel like I missed part of that.
We
Why-
just, we
so
need
there's
to.
a lack of empathy for what?
Yeah, there's a lack of empathy for soft penises. Like, especially
Justice for soft
Weens.
penises.
justice for soft wieners, especially in intimate situations. We
Okay.
think of soft penis equals something's not right. I'm broken. They're
Right,
broken.
right,
What's
right,
going
right.
on? There's so much stress, and
Is
it's
this
like
where you insert
yeah,
an
but-
ad for the ED pills?
Sure. ED for the ed pills. But we never are like checking in being like, is my pussy wet? Is my pussy working? Am I really super horny? It's like we give too much performance, and I'm looking right at Jeremy's dick right now because that's just what my brain
They're tight
did.
jeans.
Yeah, well, they're not that tight.
They're not that tight. They're not
And,
bad.
Yeah, they're okay. Now I can't stop. I'm gonna look you in the eyes.
I'm up here.
My face is up here.
For people that are audio, Kelsey's staring at my wiener
I
still.
was staring at his wiener, but and I'm so sorry. I hope that didn't make you
No,
uncomfortable.
stare
I'll
away.
stare at
Stare
your
away.
wiener.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and we've done it. And now we're all in there. Anybody want to look at mine? Okay.
That's going to be one hell of an Instagram clip.
I've been in
TikTok's gonna
camel toe
love
for
that.
7 hours in these silk
That
pants.
sounds uncomfortable, to be honest.
Haven't noticed because, like I said, I don't know if it's my thigh,
Right,
my
right.
thigh
We covered
slit,
this.
or
I don't know.
No, but it's true. Like I've had friends who have hooked up with a guy and he couldn't get hard, and they leave being like, "Oh my god!" Like that was one that was
Yeah.
shitty, or two,
Failure.
They're like, "Oh my god, was it me? Was I not hot enough?" Because it's circled around failure.
yeah. And I actually think I would appreciate more a guy that had confidence behind a soft wiener.
Walk me through that.
Just like if we're hooking up and it's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I just need to, do this or that, or like, it's not going to happen for me tonight, or like,
Right.
making it not a big deal.
Right.
would be-
If they take the first step.
yes, and like just having some sort of confidence behind the softness would, I think, benefit me and make me go like, oh, all right, this guy's all right. Like,
I think
all
the
right.
salesman in me would say, I want to make this
God.
about you. Not like it does that sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Just sometimes.
I'd be like, no, this is about you.
yeah, yeah. I gotta get out of here. Call my Uber.
I like that's like I think there's a perfect example of like the guys that like would struggle with that and then would be either rude or try and do some distraction to get away from the fact that like this is a real thing that he's struggling with.
Yeah.
but then becomes a dickhead to mask
Yes.
it. So it's like I agree. There should be more empathy towards some things on people's bodies don't all work the same way as everybody else's. And also sometimes you have an off day or sometimes you're just not in the mood.
Yeah. Or like recognizing. I've been having trouble with the word recognizing lately because I don't think I've been saying it right.
Recognizing?
Recognizing.
Oh, that you missed a.
I think I said recognizing.
Yeah.
RECKONIZING.
And I mean to say recognizing.
Recognizing, yeah.
Florida Public Schools.
Heyo, dropped out of 3 colleges. What? What was I saying? Oh, we have to do more. We have to do more recognition that we don't have to see our emotions on our pussy the way that guys have to show emotion or feeling through their penis,
Right.
Yeah.
Or people with penises.
Yeah. I think we got a long way till we're there. But yeah. The society has a long, it just, toxic masculinity in a nutshell.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's anywhere near, like we've moved the needle, I think this much.
It's pretty raging still. It's pretty raging still. Yeah, for
When
sure.
did you take off your jacket?
Literally before we started recording.
Stop.
Yes.
You got a tank on too.
I did the tank on.
Oh.
You guys are adorable.
I felt like, I was a little insecure about my.
What do you mean?
I don't know, because Lauren looked so cute with her little hoodie situation.
Hey,
I was
Kelsey.
like, huh.
Lauren's so hot.
Have you heard about her pussy? I'm sorry.
You like set that up like a knock. Have you heard the one about her?
I know.
Okay, so let's get into the next level of degenerate.
Love.
Well, not the next level. I guess this is really the first level of degenerate. Everything
Yes.
else has been pretty by the book.
Yeah.
So you are sober. How long?
It's so funny because I've been doing a lot of interviews about it
Right.
lately, and I keep saying that like after a year, I kind of lost count. I know I'm coming up on 2 years in
shit.
June 25th,
Amazing.
and it has flown by.
Yeah. Well, this last year's flown by for you.
Sobriety wise,
Oh,
Was quarantine, was COVID, did it make it easier or harder?
I would say easier because there was less events to go to
Right,
in
less
the
social,
beginning.
yeah.
And I think the beginning is the hardest. Like if I could give advice to anyone deciding their relationship with alcohol, to be a non-drinker is like, don't fucking go out for a month. Just play sick. Because once after the first 2 weeks, then your body stops craving it.
right.
Your body's like, oh, I don't need that thing. And then when you go out, you're like, oh, but I'll just have one and you cave. And it's like, no, learn how to have a fucking soda with a lime and no one is going to give a fuck. I promise you. So yeah, almost 2 years from not drinking anymore or any substance that isn't prescribed to me. Wink, wink. Ding, 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 ding.
Got
Wink, wink,
it.
wink.
Okay. And so how long was how long were things not going well before they went well?
The day I took my first sip of alcohol, I was like 9.
Okay. Well, and what was it?
A Red Dog beer.
Red Dog beer.
Oh, remember? You won't because you're Canadian.
I know,
but-
like, I have no idea what that
But
is.
of all things,
I know.
I don't know if I would have enjoyed that at 9. I don't know if I'd enjoy that now.
My parents had Red Dog and Captain Morgan in the house at
I mean, at least you
all
went for the beer
times.
versus Captain Morgan.
Yeah, I wasn't really a brown liquor drinker until I was older.
Same.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I became a tequila drinker that was like my last stage because it was the least amount of sugar.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
majority of my alcoholism, which I'm not even calling it alcoholism anymore since I've been reading this book, it's more just like my absurd relationship with drinking culture was wine, and beer.
Wine and beer. Oh,
Wow, so not even like the hard stuff.
I fucking hated vodka. All I had to do was think about vodka and I'd throw out.
yeah, I hate vodka, yeah.
And brown liquor, I love me some whiskey because I am Irish, but it was like a special occasion thing because I'd get really hungover. And it was
I'm surprised
so
you
bad.
got more hungover off of whiskey than wine.
Same. Because from what I hear, wine
Yeah.
fucks people up. I could do 2 bottles and
I
not
could-
even
I'd be
know.
dead. I'd
I
be
wouldn't even
literally
know.
I
dead.
could put a bottle of whiskey to my face and wake up the next morning like sunshine.
I've
but like
seen
if I
it.
had, if I had a
Remember Jared?
Half.
Jared.
Jared dying.
Dying.
Jeremy,
That was
like,
funny.
what happened last night?
what happened? Everything good?
Did you guys drink? No, you.
But like if I had half a bottle of wine right now, I would wake up like
Something is broken inside me where I
We
could
know that.
drink wine. Yes,
that was
the whole
yeah,
internet does.
Yeah. Even the audio listeners are like, oh, she's broken.
Yeah.
She's broken.
I don't even need to see what she looks like.
Right.
The bags under her eyes.
I would love to have someone who's like a caricature draw
Yeah.
artist, whatever, like just envision what they think you would look like.
Yes.
And then just draw it out.
Put
That's a
that
good video
clip-
idea right there.
Put that clip in the beginning so that by the end of it, I would like someone to send me this.
Exactly.
Yes.
At Kelsey Darragh.
There you go. Thanks for the plug.
Sorry. back to whatever we were saying.
What was the trigger? Like, what was the last day that you drank?
Ooh, good question.
The last day I drank was not the trigger to quit drinking.
Oh, interesting.
It was I should have stopped my relationship with alcohol 7-ish years prior.
7?
Right.
But it was like, oh, I'm still making money. I'm still having successful relationships. I still love myself. I'm still having fun. I don't have any DUIs. I've never been to jail. Like, why would I stop? And so I just continued to drink at the level of a sailor who hasn't seen his wife in many years. And
A sad, lonely sailor.
Yes. With a death wish. And the last day I drank wasn't even like there wasn't like a big dramatic thing that happened.
Right. You just decided you're like, that's.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will say it was exacerbated, not to be confused with masturbated.
Got it.
With, I had just had.
The caption person really appreciated that.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
I had just had knee surgery and it was LA Pride. It was gay pride. And I was in a full hip to ankle knee brace situation, metal.
Sexy.
And I was on painkillers, which I fucking hate, but I had to take them because of my knee.
Okay.
I was never into like pills like that, like opioids. It's just not my thing. It
I
makes
don't
me
know
nauseous.
if that just missed me, but like,
Yeah, thank God.
yeah.
I grew up in Florida, so
and people, when you get in that,
that's game
you're in
over.
that.
Yeah, especially now with fentanyl, it's a problem. Anyways, and I was so desperate to drink and like have fun that I put on booty shorts over my brace. So it was like a metal cyborg leg with booty shorts. I had like rainbow pasties, glitter, rainbow everywhere. And
The character person erasing.
Yeah, I'm racing. Start again. New drawing.
You just hear the paper rip. God damn it!
I had it.
I'm so close. He was like putting the finishing touches on. He's like,
on a nice
I
librarian named
sculpted it.
Sharon, with a rainbow sweater, and it just like, never mind.
Yes. That was, you definitely didn't have a librarian sweater or cardigan on me. And I was so desperate to like just be drinking that I went out at like 8 a.m. to get on the float because BuzzFeed would have a float every year.
Right.
And we were last in line to be on the float. And they tell you to get there because you have to like organize And so I stood in one place waiting for the parade for like 4 hours, just drinking on painkillers.
Ooh.
And then in the sun and then
Dehydrated.
doing shots. People are handing you shots out of the audience and you're at the bars afterwards.
Pre-COVID times, right?
Can't
Like
even
drinking on the
imagine.
same shit.
Ew, yeah, just like drinking out of strangers' fucking like
beer
thermoses.
bongs.
Oh God. And then I had to do a podcast that night.
Ooh.
And so I like took a nap, took an Adderall at like 7 p.m., jumped in the shower, and then drank 2 bottles of wine on top of it. And
you're a different type of drinker.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, you want old Kelsey, but you don't, you know?
No.
Like Kelsey doesn't want old Kelsey.
I think I like might rent her for a weekend and just like bring like let's
for
see
your bachelor.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
Just
call me.
bring it
Yes.
around.
Fun time. But the next morning was like just panic attacks for like 3 days straight and come down with like, you know, and this is just off booze. This isn't
Right.
even like substances. And it was like, that was the day I had to go to a wedding. I had to go to a wedding the next weekend. I had 1 glass of red wine on the airplane and I was like, I'm done.
Really?
I'm drinking this glass of red wine on the airplane going, why am I I'm just thinking about that day and how
$12.50.
Yeah,
You know?
Right, for the Dixie cup of
Right.
red
the
wine.
plastic fucking, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I had said that 875,000,455,221 times.
And 21, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that time it was the easiest thing I'd ever done.
Isn't that so funny? It's like something has to click for you to be ready.
Yes.
Because like from what I've heard from other people who have been through a similar experience is that like it has to be your decision.
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
Every time. If you get sober for your partner or your job, it's never going to work. You have to want to do it. And you're so right. That was what it was. It was like,
Right.
I mean this. I had meant it all the times before, but it was like, but I'm still 6 out. And I realized like, no, I'm still going to be able to always be a high functioning, heavy drinker.
Yep.
But like, I was done. And then I decided, well, I didn't decide. I was already planned on going wine tasting the day after I decided to get sober. And I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to tell my friends, like, make them think I'm pregnant? That's why I'm not drinking. So I did.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was the hardest test because wine was my favorite alcohol.
That's a day one,
like
ringer test.
That was day one. I like tried to swish one and I literally was like, I'm spitting this out literally because stupid. It was a waste of fucking money and like, it's like $40 per flight. Blah, 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 blah. And I had so much fun still that I was like, if I can get through this and have fun.
Right. If I can get through a wine tasting and having fun without drinking.
Yes.
What a good test.
And I almost
if you're struggling with alcoholism,
go wine tasting.
Yeah.
No, but again,
or
like
get letters from doctors. Are you guys fucking kidding?
Are you serious?
You know what? We should have a Groupon code for this. There's got to be a Groupon out there.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
but like
alcohol.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure it exists, but it was like the people I was with didn't care, which made me feel good. They were like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's not weird. Like, we're not going to shame you. Like,
this is 2 years ago. If it had been 12 years ago back in Florida, it would have been like, what's wrong?
Been like, yeah, they'd be like, no, you must. And I'd be like, something's wrong with me. Which again brings me back to the point that like something is wrong with somebody who doesn't want to drink. Right. That's what our society says. So it was just the first 2 weeks were the hardest thing I ever did because I almost caved on the wine trip a few times.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was maybe
a whole trip around wine.
A little bit of an unfair. Just sink or swim.
Yeah.
But like also, you could have maybe jogged before you sprinted.
I hate those. I would rather go wine tasting on the first day of getting sober than fucking sprint ever. And I when I got through those first 2 weeks, after I got through those cravings, it was so fucking easy.
Yeah.
And I have maybe once gotten a whiff of like Jared's wine and been like, oh, like that sounds nice.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, but
that kind
you
of
just
feels
found
nice.
a wine brand though, right? That tastes exactly like wine, but that's non-alcoholic.
That tasted so much like real wine that in the video I take of me trying it, you see a moment of sheer panic where I think I had just broken my sobriety.
Right.
Because it tastes exactly like white wine.
Yeah, but like you also drink those like Heineken
0.0s.
Yeah.
My dad though, same thing. He
Yeah.
so he had a heart condition, so he was allowed to have one beer, or else he would like it would trigger like a heart palpitation. And so he would have like his one regular beer, and then after that, it still felt like drinking. He'd drink like an NA beer.
And you know what I've realized about the 0.0s?
And he cut down on the cocaine too.
Thank God.
Right, less of that.
Yeah.
That helps with the heart
I want to
palpitations.
be very clear that Greg, Dad DIY, does not do cocaine.
Yeah. And so that was sarcasm.
Yeah,
And we're
just in
confirm.
case you couldn't
Yeah.
tell by just listening to the audio. My instance, on the other hand,
Is not
yes,
sarcasm.
not sarcastic. But yeah, what I realized about the 0.0s, I don't think I'm that into them anymore now that I know this de-alcoholized wine exists.
Got it.
I felt like the 0.0 and the Becks and shit was all that existed in my view. Bevmo now has an entire aisle of non-alcoholic.
Wow, that's a step in the right direction.
Goddamn fucking right it is.
I mean, I will say,
Someone in Iowa's going to go to their Bevmo.
What
No,
the
it's not.
fuck?
yeah, what the fuck is
The
this
fuck are they
shit?
talking about?
Okay,
Yeah.
with the caveat that we are in Los Angeles, people.
As someone who's like never been like a big drinker, what was that? I want to get fucked up or whatever.
Oh yeah, see, it sounds so silly when she says that.
She says it, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to convince us. We know.
Yeah,
No,
we
Jeremy
get
wanted
it.
to hear it like 3 times last time I said it, so I just thought I would humor you.
Oh, thanks.
One more time?
No, we're past that now.
Sorry.
But like, there's just been so many times where I'm not someone who wants to, like, if I have a 4-shot limit, right, and that would be going past my limit, and it's someone's birthday, the amount of guilt that they place on you when you don't want to participate in that, they're like, it's my birthday, you have to, you have to, and it's like such a shitty feeling.
If that's what you want for your birthday, fucking have higher standards. Like, go talk to your therapist first of all, because you don't actually want that for your birthday. You just don't want to fucking drink alone.
True.
Period.
True.
On God.
On
No
True.
cap.
period.
On parade.
What was that?
On period.
Parade.
Par-
Cancelable for sure. Okay. And then, so you made that decision. And with that, was it like, I'm just not going to do anymore? Or was it like, I've noticed I've stopped? Like, did you go into it going, I'm
Well, no, if
never
she
gonna
went
do
on
it
a
again?
wine tour, a
I know.
wine trip,
I know,
like,
but it was
that's
like,
a conscious
Were you
decision.
challenging yourself to like just do it a little bit? Or were you like, I'm going to quit for the rest of my life?
I'd done the thing where I quit for 30 days, 90 days, 60. Like I had done sober November, sober October,
Sober November?
Yeah. It's sober November.
Sober November?
It just
It
rhymes.
kind of rhymes.
Yeah.
And sober October, and then sober January doesn't fucking rhyme, but people do it because it's New Year's.
It's no
Yeah,
shave
yeah, yeah.
November. And you can't really just share that with sobriety. Start your sobriety journey in December.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, around all the holidays
gonna say,
with
no,
your
no, that's-
family
yeah.
and alcohol.
Okay,
That's a
fine.
good idea.
January.
And that was another tall tale sign was that I did my like family Thanksgiving and Christmases. And once I got through that too, that was around like my 6-month mark. I was like, I'm
Oh, yeah,
really
you're
able
good.
to do this.
You'll be fine.
And you realize how much you really do drink to cope with shit.
Yeah.
It's a Band-Aid over a bullet hole for so much of my life. And you know what the number one thing was that I drank to cover up? Was my fucking anxiety. I covered so many panic attacks.
See, Lauren is the
Really?
opposite of that.
Oh, man.
That's so interesting. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like that would immediately. So I would say like if I even have like one glass of wine, my heartbeat is like my heart rate is
Really?
up for sure.
Oh God, no. I like the second I felt any just little like of anxiety
I know the
coming
feeling,
in,
I know the feeling.
knock one back and I'm fine.
Huh, interesting. Oh, that would be the exact opposite. Exact
man.
opposite for me.
I'm so glad for you.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it was bad.
So do you think it was do you think you turned to alcohol, and whether you did it on purpose or not? Do you think you did that because you liked being drunk or you
I
liked,
loved being drunk.
and that doesn't surprise me, but do you think you
I
did
still love it.
Like, do you think you did it because you wanted to be drunk, or do you think you did it because you were in control of where you were going? You know what it's like to be drunk. You know you're enjoying that, but like,
I was a very good blacked out drunk where no one would know. Like the next day I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I blacked out. People would be like, what?
there's two types of people that say that: people that are really correct about that, and people that are not
Not
Just
correct.
correct.
absolutely
Yeah.
not correct at
No
all.
one even knew I was drunk. They're like, Steve was drunk.
Steve-
Steve was pissed drunk.
Yeah.
Steve's not coming back anymore.
Yeah, no, like, and that's the thing is, I also hung out with people that also could drink heavily,
Right,
and
right,
like,
right.
I would always be the one holding someone's hair at the end of the night,
Right.
making sure they got their water and Advil before. Like, I'm telling you, I was the seasoned drinker of like a dad who was divorced and also owned like a law firm and had to like have his life together. Like, I don't know, it runs in my family, it runs in my genetics, I guess, but I always thought that was bullshit. It's not. I know that it's not now. Like, science has proven that it can be genetic, but I thought I was stronger than chemistry.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And for some reason, succumbing to it was like, it was always written in the stars for me. This is bullshit. Like, and that's why I also I don't go to meetings. I don't do the program, and I don't really subscribe to the idea of that. I am always one drink away from ruining my life.
Right.
So many people need that to stay sober, and I applaud you and I love that for you. I am not one drink away from becoming a fucking disaster.
No.
I would probably just go back to just being as great as I was as a very high functioning alcoholic.
A high functioning degenerate. Yeah.
And like, I know that if I were to, and I don't even like to call it like slip up or like relapse because it's so dramatic, I would probably just stop again.
Right. Like
Right.
it would happen and be like, okay,
But that's your
tomorrow.
journey.
Yeah.
Which is different from somebody else's.
Which is totally not what they preach
Yeah.
in society either.
Well,
Right.
I think look at every like super strict parent
Mm-hmm.
who turns to
fear.
just tactics to get people to stop doing something because they're scared of what the worst form of that would be.
Yes, 100%. And
Yeah.
like, I think that that's what a lot of places and people do with alcoholism too, which is why I'll joke and be like, I'm an alcoholic, because I can say that, but I don't know that I have any identification actually with the word.
Yeah.
Because that seems like my dad's age
Yep.
Right.
thing. And for me, I'm just like, oh, I was formed this way by society, by drinking culture, by my own insecurities, by men, by, like there was just so much that shaped me into the relationship with alcohol that now I have the most confident, and I say control over it, but I don't mean like I'm controlling it the way that I try to control my anxiety. It just is like, I have so much confidence now that I
Right.
don't need
Like it's
Right.
tamed.
Yeah.
But I
it's
feel like
tamed.
a lot of guys that are quote unquote whether they associate with it or not, like have tendencies that turn to drinking, right? A lot of them, although like that's what they're doing, like they're really just running for what it is. They're sober. It's not like they're so
yeah.
interested in alcohol. It's like, I just want to get away from this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And it's like-
Escapism.
Sometimes I feel like if you just focus on, if I can just quit alcohol, but if you just quit alcohol and you still hate
your
something
life.
so important to your everyday
Yeah.
being, it's still not going to get fixed. It's going to be redirected.
Think about like
Yeah.
liquid courage too. Like you think about the amount of people who need like quote unquote liquid courage to go like talk to someone. But it's because they're just covering up their insecurity of like not feeling blank enough to go, you know, say hi to someone.
And I think that like goes to how I feel more confident in myself is because I was so terrified that like I'm not going to get pussy anymore. I'm not going to be able to
Right,
like
that, like, you
be
were relying
funny.
on
I
it.
can't close deals. And it's like once you do any of those things
Those
without
would be all
alcohol,
my fears. I'd be like, yeah, I can't do anything anymore.
yeah, but
We,
then,
we literally have the same, like, great.
I know,
perfect.
but then
I
you
can't
do
close deals.
Yeah,
I don't give it.
You
I don't
do
get
it.
laid anymore.
Yeah, but then you do it and you're like, oh my God, for 12 years, I've been doing this formula
Yeah.
that is without fail worked, but it also without fail works. And arguably I make even better top-notch, top-tier choices and decisions and deals and people and relationships when I'm not drinking alcohol.
I mean, I think some people just have the ability to use it as a tool in their tool belt and like, oh, this will be fun. And some people don't have the ability to like have that, like, not for me.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be. But
Yeah.
also, it's okay if you struggle with that.
And listen, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
You know?
I believe that. Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good time.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna knock drinkers, and like I always say, like I don't care about anybody else's sobriety journey. I really
Right.
don't fucking care.
You care about people sucking penises.
Yes.
You don't care about their
Correct.
sobriety.
The more I can preach gayness, which
Got
is
it.
a very funny like oxymoron,
preach. Okay.
I will. But like I could give a fuck less about your sobriety, but I will never stop screaming from the rooftops how much better it is sober. Life is 100% better this way, which is hard for people to grasp.
I don't like not subscribe to that. I'm just like neutral. I'm thinking about it.
Well, and it's also because you're a pretty neutral drinker.
Yeah. I would say I don't feel strongly about like I know that I don't rely on alcohol to do pretty much anything. I would say that it actually brings me down in most things that I do.
Which is a great awareness.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can't wait to hear what you
I know.
have to
What are you
say.
about to say?
Here we go. Both have this
I'm
look.
gonna just open my
We-
water to go a
Ooh,
little
we both have this look in our eye of just like, what do you have to say, Jeremy? And this is purely because I have seen you drink a fifth of whiskey on your own. You're a big boy.
The man has a whiskey tolerance.
I can.
Your man has a whiskey tolerance.
What I will say is the only not that I'm not worried about it. The only time that I'm like, okay, got it, is that when I'm specifically on like a business. Back in the day when we used to meet people in person.
Oh, yeah.
On business trips particularly, I have a system, and I almost feel bad about it in the sense that I know just about.
I know this system.
I know just about how much I can drink every hour or two and maintain not sobriety, but close to it. And I know that mine is faster, or no, sorry, I guess
Slower.
than
most
others.
people's.
And the amount of times I'll watch someone match, like, oh, we'll get two more.
And you're just-
and I'm finished mine. And I'm literally thinking to myself, okay, 90 minutes, not more than 2 every 90. And I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hell, I could do 3 would be probably do 4. But
Yeah, I
like,
was
if I
like,
want to
oh,
actually
okay.
close a real deal and like be a human, whatever, just like, I know how I can order that cadence. Not everyone has that.
No.
And it's like, I almost think there's like this like naive issue with people just not realizing their limits.
And to annotate that, I think we pride ourselves on how much people like you and I
100%.
can drink.
Yeah. There's also
But I watch it though. And I feel like I'm over here counting in my head and I'm like, I can tell this person's ordering to keep up with me.
right, but that's
And
like
I'm trying
I
to
feel
close
like it's
business,
a
so I'm not going to stop.
But it's
them.
also to the flip of that coin is
Right.
like, you're pretty proud of how much you can drink.
No.
it's a power dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
For
With guys in
sure.
particular?
In
Yes.
sales, I'm going to be honest, like you never had a chance. If you're in sales, like you will become a very heavy fucking drinker. It's just part of the fucking job and it sucks. And I think it's unfair, but I've watched it.
It sucks.
Well,
Fair.
well.
You wouldn't get invited places if like.
Oh no.
Yeah.
If people know you don't drink, they won't you won't close a deal because the deal happens after
I
business.
used to, but yes.
Yeah.
One day, maybe again.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't see me giving up alcohol anytime soon.
This wasn't an intervention.
But at the same time, didn't feel that way. But at the same time, the thing that would make me change that is if I felt like it was taking away something that was more important.
Right. Well, no, because I think you have a very like reasonable and rational. Yeah, that's nice. I like it's a good ring to it.
Rationable. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Rational perspective on drinking. Like there's never been a time where I'm like, oh, like you went too far. I'm never scared of you going too far or like of the person that you become.
That's where it's scary.
Yeah. I would say you're like a little loud sometimes. And
me.
You know what Jeremy does? This is his like number one drunk habit is that he forgets how large he is and how small I am.
I do.
And so like I just get crushed. I just get crushed. It's out of love. It's out of love. But I'm like, I can't breathe.
Oh, you're such a
Moose
big
is
boy.
like, what the fuck, Dad?
Get off of me.
I miss Moose.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. So, and to my final question and where I want to get on this little journey, you read a book.
Oh my God. I did. I
Okay.
couldn't believe it.
It is the
We're not going to promo it.
No, I gave a little bit of promo. This is so nice. I gave a little
so
promo
nice.
in the last pod that Kelsey was on, but it is genuinely one of the best books I've ever read. It's the only book that I've finished front to back in the last couple years. And if you're anyone that struggled with mental health, anxiety, panic disorders, you need to go get the book. It is a workbook as well.
I'm sitting like a baby.
Like a little baby.
That's so nice.
I want to point out that
my
I
headphones
bought the
fell
book.
off. Oh yeah, Jeremy bought
You did buy the book.
book.
I'm not gonna lie, I got the PR book.
Yeah, but that's really sweet, Jeremy, that you did that. That made me be like, I like him.
You know what I also feel like it's a good tool for is that I highlighted and like dog-eared some of the pages. And I feel like if you were to give
My
that to
dream.
a partner that didn't fully
Yes.
understand.
That's a good sales technique. You should make it the thing where it's like you have to like
No. That's not a good sales technique because then you'd pass the book around.
no,
You need to buy
workbooks,
more.
Workbooks.
Oh, workbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
We'll
it.
get him.
Yeah.
All right, you got sales.
But it's a great tool to give to a loved one who maybe doesn't fully understand.
New workbook every
Yeah.
month.
Ooh,
Recurring revenue.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
MRR.
There it is.
Well, you wouldn't believe how quickly some third-party company overseas
Ripped it off?
ripped it off and made it like a journal. But they just didn't include my stories in it. They just include all of my things. And so I sent it to my publisher and they were like, well, that was fucking fast. But of course it's in like Comic Sans font. You're just like,
Whatever.
That's offensive.
whatever. But yeah, like truly, like I wrote the book forgetting that the hard part is writing the book and like making it a thing. And then you forget that people are going to read it.
Right.
And say things about it.
I feel like that one every time I make a video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you put all the work is in the pre-production.
Right.
And then you put the thing out there and then you're like, oh fuck. But like hearing it like in first person, because it happened during COVID, never got a book tour, never really got to like talk to people about it. But like hearing just that makes every single thing worth it. Every day that I want to bang my fucking head against the wall and like, this is stupid. I can't write about this. Like just knowing one person understood what I was talking about was like, oh my God, I'm an author now. I am a fucking writer. Yeah. And like, I get like, this isn't a regular book. This is something that I wrote as a book that didn't exist and what I wish I had when I was 17. And I like, that's why like I love Lauren so much is because I see so much of my struggle in her and wish I could just fast forward your life a little bit to be like, I promise you, oh my God, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I know it doesn't feel like it.
Baby, we on a new med right now. Maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Lauren's like, colors are brighter. I can smell feelings.
Where's the big pharma ad? You could just like
I know,
slap that thing
seriously.
on.
We started on Big Pharma.
Anytime anyone from like anywhere out of the United States, is that an ad for prescription drugs?
No.
Yes.
Welcome to the United States of America.
Yeah,
Welcome.
now it will be.
Us in New Zealand, I think.
It really? That surprises
oddly
me.
enough, And I'm going to be wrong, and they're going to be like, no, wrong, error. We're going to bleep that out of it.
Wow, you can frown so well. Frown?
She can frown.
Oh my God, ready?
Oh, you can frown!
Get the camera.
Sorry. This is actually passed down from my dad. My dad and I can both do the exact same frown, but my dad can't. Or my mom can't.
3, 2, 1.
Hang on. You're making me laugh.
Sorry. I won't look.
Fuck.
There's no way she's lost it now.
I lost it.
Dude, you had a good one too. Frown.
I can't do it on command.
You just did it. Oh. No, not the. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at this. Oh, the saddest two I've ever seen in my life.
Our kid's gonna be
I
so
feel like
cute.
yours is like a pout. Like you've got the big lower lip pout.
He's got the good turn down.
The turn down. You know, maybe I can.
It goes
that is a pretty good turn down. Yeah,
It goes to his chin.
That is a good turn down.
Guys, I'm gonna get wrinkles. Stop.
Turn down for what? No, you can get Botox in your chin. Don't
Fuck
worry.
yeah, I will. Okay, so you wrote the book. Who needs to read this book?
Me.
Literally, thank you. Anybody who is curious about or has a partner or a loved one or someone they care about with anxiety, panic disorder, or depression, or think that they might be in that realm.
And if you listened to that and you go, "Oh, that's not me," you're part of the problem.
Trust me, you are.
Okay.
You've got it.
Okay.
No, I think there's coping skills and exercises and tips and tricks. It's called Don't Fucking Panic, the shit they don't tell you in therapy about anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. So it's like, listen, you're not only just going to get mental health advice, but you're getting life advice. It's not clinical. It's not doctory. It's not medical. It's like,
Yeah, no one expected that from you.
no, thank you.
I will say, you went off on some just rampage of tongue muscles a moment ago.
right.
Well, and I didn't really ask why we know that.
You know why? Not only
Theater.
musical theater.
Oh, theater.
Theater.
Your epiglottis.
Epiglottis.
Your head giving muscle.
Oh, is that what it is? That epiglottis?
Yeah.
Or
Is
as
that
the
what it's called?
doctors
The Glock Glock?
What?
The Glock Glock? No, that's a color daddy thing.
I love watching this unfold.
No, that
Yeah.
is glock is the head thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your epiglottis.
I wonder if those are connected.
They 100% are.
They have to be, right? Oh my
Yeah.
God, this hair keeps getting stuck and ripped on this stupid microphone.
I'll take that one home too. Don't worry.
She's
Just touching.
You're gonna have to fucking throw this in the wash.
it's going home with you. It's yours now.
This is the promo for the episode. On my Instagram story, I'm just gonna be like, if you want to know why I have
Fuzzy.
the fuzzy from Lauren and Jeremy's house, watch me go give
Please hand them
head
out.
on.
And you can keep that. It's
Fuzzy
okay.
for you. Fuzzy for you.
Okay, so I would like.
I don't want to end. This is fun. I like hanging out here. Look at my dirty socks.
Ew. All right, well, then we want to end.
knee.
Lauren, go.
No, we'll be done. We'll
No.
done.
Oh my God, no, our editor's
Follow
going
me on
to
Kelsey
murder
Darragh,
us.
and that's it.
Go follow her at Kelsey Darragh. Go
Yes.
subscribe to the podcast.
Yes.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Go buy the book.
Yes. Lauren, you're so great.
Anything else to plug?
Go check out justiceforsoraya.com. We're trying to raise.
Let's enunciate.
Sorry, I forget. Justice, the number 4, Soraya, SARAYA.com is a documentary about a young girl who was wrongfully imprisoned for a mental health crisis in Coos County, Oregon. She was 13 when it happened. She is now 15. She's turning 16 this year. And we had to raise the amount that the GoFundMe is for to $250,000 because we are trying to put her in a private residential inpatient treatment center, and those are very costly. So if you could spare a nickel or two, that would be greatly appreciated.
Our listeners are rich.
Oh, well then fucking $10,000 would be nice.
All of them are like, who?
Me?
And if you want to Venmo me, that would be cool too. Kelsey Darragh.
You're about to get so many Venmo requests.
Really?
And if you want
Yeah.
to stop Venmo asking for money from me and Lauren,
Same
that would be great.
on via Venmo.
Do they?
Oh,
Yes,
How
all
do
the
they
time.
find your thing?
I change my username once a month. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Because you know what I don't like is when someone requests money from you.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what, they don't send us money.
That's rude.
I know.
Yeah.
If you want to get some attention, throw some zeros on that fucker.
Oh.
I might hit back.
Oh, hey,
Might.
might.
More
might.
zeros, better
Might.
chances.
They might.
Yeah.
He
I'm saying no
might.
sweepstakes, but I'd be interested in it. Yeah.
All right. On that note,
It's
What?
time for bed.
it's time for bed.
Is it time for bed?
It's time for bed.
We had so much fun.
I
know.
know. We're just gonna have to do date night because
No,
you
I
guys
just-
are gonna come on confidently insecure and we're gonna play a game. But Lauren and Jared need to know each other a little
We need to be
bit
buds
better.
more.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So like what? 2 months? We'll see you again.
What?
2 months. We'll see you again on the pod.
Oh, on the pod. On the
yeah,
pod.
yeah.
I was like,
I was like,
Never mind, I guess.
I'm like, Lauren and I talk every day.
I just say also like she's babysitting Moose this
This
weekend.
You're
so see
very
you
quiet in the group
Friday.
chat. I
Yeah,
just feel like
know.
we're bothering
I know.
We
you.
just kicked your
You
in the
are.
group chat.
Okay,
Yeah.
You are bothering me in the
okay.
group chat.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
just gonna be me, you and Jared.
Literally.
Fine.
The only thing I want to point out and throw out there is that we said a couple new territories last week that we were kind of popping off in.
Oh yeah.
India crushed the rest.
Hey, India.
Heard nothing from Tasmania.
Nothing.
Where are you at, Tasmania?
Nothing.
Nothing. Radio silence.
Where else did you say?
Can't remember.
But India.
Hey, India.
Popping off.
Yeah.
We see you. We appreciate you. And as always,
Latvia.
thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.